It's almost Preptober! Do you know what Preptober is? If you've been around in the writing community for a while now, you probably know what Preptober is. But first I'm going to begin with if you know what NaNoWriMo is. So NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month. It happens in the month of November. And it began it began a long time ago. I'm going to leave this to future Devin to insert when it began, but it's been a while. And I think I actually started doing it like way back when. I've been doing NaNoWriMo for a long time now, you guys. It's super crazy that it's been around that long. It's hard to believe. National Novel Writing Month is where you dedicate time to write 50,000 words in the whole month. A novel that's 50,000 words. And it's a big undertaking. It's like a super big undertaking. But if you plan, then it's pretty easy to actually do it. 50,000 words in a month is not too bad. But you have to be dedicated. So a lot of us writers like to do something called Preptober. And that is actually in October, where we spend the whole month of October planning for NaNoWriMo. Planning and gathering all of our information for our book that we want to write. And I just wanted to come on here and share with you a fun, exciting announcement that will help you plan your novel for NaNoWriMo in the month of October, which is Preptober. First off, I am offering this amazing masterclass that you are not going to want to miss out on. It's going to be on Patreon. It's all going to be hosted and live on Patreon. Every single week, I'm going to be releasing a new video, and it's going to have so much packed in it for helping you plan for your novel in October, so that you have all this information written down and you can print it off and have it ready so that you can set it beside you, so that when you sit down to write in November, you're not starting out just from a fresh blank page where you're like, cricket, not really knowing what the heck you're going to write. Because, man, I've been there before, and that's not fun. So I want to help you plan and prep for your November. Over on Patreon, I will have basically a 5-week plan where each week a new video will be released, along with printable worksheets to help you plan your way to an amazing NaNoWriMo. But before I get there, I just wanted to share a few different tips and tricks for prepping for your NaNoWriMo. When you're part of my Patreon Masterclass tier, you'll actually get some really pretty cool things besides the video each week. I'll end up putting on some worksheets and workbooklets that you can actually print, I really am so excited about this. I printed a black and white one, but you can print it in color. It's really bright and fun, but this is really fun, you guys. I can't share all of it with you guys, so I wanted to share this really cool little fun calendar. It's super fun. I'm so excited though, you guys. I've made these amazing workbooklets and worksheets that you can print off that will help you plan throughout October. And just to give you a little tease, so, okay. Week 1, we're going to be going over character, and you're going to work on and design your characters. Week 2 and 3, we will be doing story structure. Story structure is always something that I've thought of as the unicorn in the room. It's majestic and beautiful, and you don't completely understand it. But I've actually learned a lot about story structure lately, and I want to help you just look at your story structure and find a way to make sure that you have everything figured out that you need to so that you can sit down and write your story. Number 4, we're going to be going over world building. World building is so important, even for books that are set in our world, just like making sure that you're sharing the world that they live in, but even more so important when you're writing like fantasy or science fiction. And week 5, we're going to be doing final prep before NaNoWriMo begins. So just to give you a little tiny view into this, and so you can see what it's like, but I have, Preptober, getting ready for NaNoWriMo. For the 1st of October, it says, why do you want to write this story? So it gives you a little thought that you need to go and open up your notebook and actually start writing it. Why do you want to write this story? Figure that out. Write it down. Type it out. Have your own document just for Preptober. I use Scrivener. I love Scrivener, you guys. It's amazing. And you know what? I will show you guys how to do that a little bit here. How to create your own Preptober Getting Ready for NaNoWriMo folder. And I'll show you that here soon. So besides that, we'll go back to this here. I'll share a couple more of these. So day 2 is who are your POV characters? Who are the characters that your story is being told through? Who are they? And this is just getting you to think about it. And I want you to write it out and actually write, okay, my character name. This is who they are. They are 17 years old. They live in Seattle. They blah, blah, blah. You know, write it out. Write it out. Number 3, create a Pinterest folder for your characters. This is super fun, you guys. I don't know if you've ever done it, but it's so much fun. You go into Pinterest, you get to dream about your characters. And so those are just a couple of the ideas of what shows up on these 31 days. But there's 31 prompts for the 31 days of October. And it's super exciting. Also, besides that, I have some world building questionnaires. I also have character sheets, setting sheets, plot sheets, and a bunch of other things too. So I am really excited, you guys. This is going to be so much fun. I hope that you come and join me for Preptober. I really, really, really look forward to this, and I really, really want you to come join me in my Preptober Masterclass over on Patreon. So come join me. Another great thing about my Masterclass tier on Patreon is that every month it changes. As I said, I would show you how to set up your own Scrivener file for your Preptober. And of course, I also want to share that if you join my Patreon, you'll also be getting my file. So this file that I'm actually working on to design right now for you, it's going to have all the folders in it. It's also going to have some of the different planning sheets in it and everything. But it's going to be all set up inside. But I also wanted to share with you how you can do this without joining me on Patreon if you don't want to. But I would love to have you join me on Patreon, you guys. It would be so much fun. And I can't wait for us to learn together and to prep and write our novels together. It'll be so great. So first, I want you to open up Scrivener. I have it in full window view right now. So this is kind of I love Scrivener, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'll share a link in the bottom for Scrivener. Make sure you get it if you don't have it, or they have a 30-day free trial too, so you can test it out and see if you like it or not. But it's an amazing, amazing program. I recommend all writers use it. It's so nice. Seriously, you can make a bunch of if you look here, you can make a bunch of new folders too. And I love this because this can be chapters or chapters or sections for your book, which is really nice because if you think of Word and pages, you just have that big long document where you have to keep scrolling. If you remember the days, if you use Scrivener like I do, you remember the days pre-Scrivener where you just scrolled till get to chapter 10. And you had to keep scrolling to get to the bottom of the document, which if you're writing 50,000 to 80,000 or 100,000 words, that is a lot of pages to scroll through. So I love Scrivener for this. You get to have each little document, each chapter, each section. You can use folders. You don't have to use folders, but then you can name them as well. So that's super, super fun. I love it. This is what I'm going to recommend you do. So you're going to go under draft and you're going to create a folder. And this one I'm going to put week 1 so that you can track your Preptober. So you can track your Preptober, you guys. This one's going to be week 2. So week 1 was character. Week 2 is structure. And then we, again, on week 3, have structure again. And then week 4, we have world building. And then week 5, we actually have the prep. We can call it last bit of prep, but I actually have it listed as final prep before Nano. Final prep B for NaNoWriMo. So we have all this super fun stuff. So you can imagine we'll end up putting like our character sheets in here. We'll end up putting any character descriptors in here. Let's see here, point of view, biographies, any details. Another great thing that I love about Scrivener is you can have character sheets where it's like you can actually add little icons to things. So let me show you that here. We'll add a new little sheet underneath week 1's chapter. We'll call it chapter or folder. And you can put your character's name. I cannot spell today. So pretend I have a character named Kylie. I'm going to end up double clicking here, and then going down to change icon. This is so cool, you guys. You can go here to character. You can choose character sheet. And it shows up as a character sheet right here. So that's super cool. Then you can use that right here if you want. You can change this icon to, we'll put calendar, like, you know, like that. So in each of these weeks, you're going to end up having, if you join me on Patreon, you're going to end up having a bunch of things inside of this that are like the lesson plans, but then some character sheets and world building sheets as well. So it's super cool that you get this as well as the printed versions as well. Super excited about this, you guys, and I hope that you come join me on Patreon so that we can Preptober together and write our best books in November, because I'm super excited about NaNoWriMo this year. I'm going to be writing a book in November this year. So super exciting. Come join me. See you guys next time. Bye.